Hello guys. Today I am going to explain second part of Harry Potter series named Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. The movie begins at Harry's house. Summer vacation is on and Harry is looking at a photo album. Harry's owl, Hedwig, is screaming because Vernon has forbidden the owl to be released. Then we see that today at Vernon's house Mr. and Mrs. Mason is about to arrive and they are all preparing for it. Vernon asks Harry Ko to stay in his room. As soon as Harry goes to his room, he sees that there is a strange creature on the bed. It is a house elf named Dobby. Dobby tells Harry that there's a conspiracy going on and that Harry shouldn't go to Hogwarts this year, but Harry refuses. Then Dobby leaves and drops the cake on Mrs. Mason and then disappears. This enrages Vernon and he locks Harry in the room so that he cannot go to Hogwarts this year. At night we see Ron, along with his brothers George and Fred, arrive in a flying car and take Harry to his home. All of them reach Ron's house in the morning. All the work is being done by magic in Ron's house, which Harry likes to see. Then Ron's mom Molly Weasley comes and scolds them, but she is very happy to see Harry. They are all having breakfast and Harry meets Ron's father Arthur Weasley, who works in the ministry. Then Owl comes with the letters which contain the details of this year's books. After this they go to Diagon Alley with the help of Flipouter to get the books. Harry pronounces the wrong word and reaches the Nocturne Alley. This is a very strange and scary place. Harry escapes, but is surrounded by strange people. At the same time, Hagrid, who has come there to get the slug repellent, saves Harry. Harry then meets Hermione and they go to get the books. There he meets Gilderoy Lockhart, who is going to teach the subject of defense against dark arts this year. He is happy to see Harry and gives away all the books he has written for free. We see that Malfoy is also there, who gets irritated seeing all this. After this Lucius Malfoy also comes there and makes fun of him. He picks up Ginny's second-hand book and makes fun of her being poor and then puts the book back. There Arthur Weasley also comes, Lucius calls him poor too. After this we are shown the scene of the station where they are getting late. Everyone reaches the platform but Harry and Ron are left behind as the barrier is closed. Then they remember about the flying car and they fly in it and find the Hogwarts Express and reach the school. Upon reaching school, the car breaks down and collides with a whooping willow tree. In this affair, Ron's wand also breaks and that car also gets very bad. After this, the car goes into the dark forest by unloading both of them and throwing their belongings. Then when the two of them enter the school, they find Filch, who takes them both to Snape. Snape tells him to kick them out of school because the Muggles saw the flying car. Then Dumbledore and McGonagall come there and they are not expelled from the school but get detention in punishment. The next day, the first class is in herbology, in which they learn Mandrake repotting. Mandrake is used to heal petrified people. Everyone is seated at lunch, and Ron is sticking his wand with the help of cello tape. Just then Colin Creevey, a first-year Gryffindor boy, comes over and takes a pic of Harry. After that there comes Ron's owl with a howler, in which Mrs. Weasley scolds him for stealing the car and also congratulates Ginny for getting selected in Gryffindor. The next class is of Gilderoy Lockhart, in which he leaves the Cornish pixies in the class. Those pixies are no longer controlled by Lockhart and he runs away. Then Hermione magically immobiles all those pixies. The next day Harry and Gryffindor's team are leaving for Quidditch practice, when Slytherin's team also comes there. Seeing this, Ron and Hermione also come there. Now we see that they get special permission from Snape to train the new seeker of their team for today's practice. Draco Malfoy is their team's new seeker. Draco's dad has gifted the new broomstick Nimbus 2001 to the players of Slytherin. Draco then makes fun of Ron's dad, to which Hermione says that no one in Gryffindor's team has been selected by paying bribes like Draco. At this, Draco calls Hermione a poor mudblood. Seeing this, Ron casts magic on Draco. Due to the broken wand, his magic is reversed and he starts slug vomiting. Then Harry and Hermione take him to the Hagrid, where we know that mudblood is an abuse, which is used by Muggle-born wizards. Hagrid then explains to Hermione that she is a much better witch than the rest and can cast any magic. At night Harry is answering Lockhart's fan mails in his sentence of detention near Lockhart. Then Harry hears a voice, but Lockhart does not hear it. After coming from there, Harry hears the voice again in which there is the sound of killing someone. On the way he meets Ron and Hermione, but they don't even hear any sound. Then Harry follows that voice and reaches a point in the corridor where the water is spilling on the floor and the spiders are going out in a line. There it is written in blood on the wall that Chamber of Secrets has been opened, enemies of air, beware. Then Harry sees Filch's cat hanging over there. As soon as Harry approaches her, everyone is there. Seeing the writing on the wall, Draco speaks to them, "You are next, mudbloods." Filch suspects Harry, but Lockhart saves Harry, as Harry was with him at the time. Dumbledore tells Filch that the cat is not dead, petrified, which will be corrected by a potion as the mandrake matures. The next day there is a class of transformation, in which they learn to convert animals into water goblet. Hermione then asks McGonagall about the Chamber of Secrets. McGonagall states that there were 4 great wizards and witches who created Hogwarts: Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw and Salazar Slytherin. The 3 of them lived together and the Slytherin separated. Slytherin only considered pure-blooded to be able to learn magic, not Muggleborn. Because of this, the rest do not listen to him, so he leaves from Hogwarts. Before leaving, he made a secret chamber in the castle, in which there is such a creature that only Slytherin or his heir can control. And that creature will kill all the Muggle-born students whom Slytherin did not consider to be worthy of learning magic. McGonagall also says that after this a lot of search of the school was done but nothing like this was found. After class, Ron, Harry and Hermione are talking about the Chamber of Secrets. They think that Draco is Slytherin's heir. To find out, Hermione tells them about the polyjuice potion, which can be used to change one's form by drinking it. The next day there is a match of Quidditch, in which Slytherin is ahead of Gryffindor. Then the bludger falls behind Harry, but Harry escapes and catches the golden snitch. In this attempt, Harry breaks his hand. Lockhart comes there and uses magic, due to which the bones of Harry's hand also disappear. Harry is taken to the hospital, where Madame Pomfrey tells that it will take time to make bones. Harry stays in the hospital for the night. Harry hears the same voice again, and when he wakes up he finds Dobby there. He tells Harry that he had blocked the platform and cast a spell on the bludger as well. Harry asks him why he wears such clothes. Then Dobby tells him that it is a sign of his slavery and that Dobby will be free only when his master gives him clothes. He tells Harry that something terrible is about to happen at Hogwarts and history is about to repeat. So Harry must go home. There is the sound of someone coming and the Dobby disappears. In this, Dumbledore and other teachers bring a child whose name is Colin Creevey. He is also petrified. Dumbledore checks his camera but it gets damaged. Dumbledore says that Chamber of Secrets is open and Hogwarts is no longer safe. The next day Ron, Harry and Hermione are making a polyjuice potion in the girls' lavatory, because no one used it because of the Moaning Myrtle. In the next class, Lockhart and Snape are teaching the students to protect themselves, where Malfoy and Harry are called to practice and told to use the disarm spell. Draco drops a snake from a spell in front of Harry. That snake is about to attack Justin, only then Harry stops that snake by talking in Parcel tongue. Everyone is surprised to see this, and leaves from there. Ron and Hermione tell Harry that he has a Parcel tongue and that Slytherin also had a Parcel tongue. They also say that everyone will now consider Harry to be Slytherin's heir. After this they are sitting in the library, where everyone is staring at Harry, then Harry leaves. Along the way, Harry hears the voice again, and this time he is found nearly headless Nicholas and Justin petrified. Spiders is also leaving. Filch sees Harry and McGonagall also comes there. She takes Harry to Dumbledore's office. In the office, Harry sees a bird which starts burning at the sight of Harry, then the Professor Dumbledore comes there. He tells Harry that it was a phoenix who burns when he grows old and is born again from the ashes. They can lift heavy objects and their tears heal wounds. Dumbledore tells Harry that he knows Harry hasn't petrified everyone. He asks Harry if Harry wants to tell anything, but Harry don't say anything. Christmas time comes and the polyjuice potion is also ready. Harry, Ron and Hermione are going to use it tonight. Hermione brings hair from the clothes of Slytherin's Millicent Bulstrode and gives Harry and Ron 2 cupcakes, which contain sleeping pills. Harry and Ron feed those cupcakes to Crabbe and Goyle and take their hair to the girls' washroom. There they drink the polyjuice potion. Then Ron and Harry go to Malfoy, but Hermione refuses to go. They get to know from Draco that he is not Slytherin's heir. Before changing, Ron and Harry return to the washroom and find that Hermione has turned into a half-cat. Then they drop Hermione to the hospital. On the way, they find water spilled on the floor and they go towards the washroom, where all the taps of the washroom are open. The Moaning Myrtle tells that someone threw a diary at her, so she opened all the taps. Harry picks up the diary on which Tom Marvolo Riddle is written. The diary is empty. On which Harry writes something, she answers it. Harry writes about the Chamber of Secrets on it, and the diary takes him to the past. There it is shown that when the last time the Chamber of Secrets was opened, a girl dies. Tom blames her on the Hagrid, because the Hagrid has a large spider named Aragog. Harry tells this to Ron and Hermione, to which Hermione tells that Hagrid cannot do this. Just then Neville comes there. He tells Harry that you should see this. After this we see that Harry's belongings are scattered and Tom Riddle's diary is missing. The next day there is a Quidditch match which is cancelled. McGonagall takes Harry and Ron to the hospital, where Hermione, also now petrified, holds a mirror in her hand. At night Harry and Ron go to Hagrid to ask about the Chamber of Secrets, when Dumbledore, Cornelius and Lucius arrive. They take Hagrid to the Azkaban prison, and Lucius brings a notice to remove the Dumbledore. While going from there, Hagrid says that to chase the spiders. After this, Harry and Ron go after the spiders to the dark forest. There they find the same big spider Aragog. Aragog tells them that he did not kill the girl, nor did Hagrid open the Chamber of Secrets. He also tells that the spider has always been afraid of the animal which is in the Chamber of Secrets. Aragog's children then surround Harry and Ron. Just then Ron's car arrives and rescues them both and brings them out. Now they are convinced that Hagrid did not open the Chamber of Secrets 50 years ago and is innocent. After this they go to the hospital near Hermione. There they find a paper in Hermione's hand. It is written on the paper that there is a big snake named Basilisk, and when someone looks into its eyes, it dies. And spiders are afraid of it. Now Harry understands why only he could hear the voice. Because Basilisk is a snake and Harry is a parcel tongue. They understand that it is the snake in the Chamber of Secrets. All people are petrified because no one has looked directly in the eye. Filch's cat in the water, Colin the camera, Justin inside Sir Nicholas and Hermione saw its eyes in the mirror. Hermione wrote pipes on the note, which makes them guess that the basilisk is walking through the pipes in the school. 50 years ago the girl died in the washroom, so they guess that she is Moaning Myrtle. After this there is an announcement for the teachers, listening to which Harry and Ron also reach there. There it is written on the wall, her skeleton will lie in the chamber forever. McGonagall tells that the animal has taken Ginny Weasley to the chamber. Snape then tells Lockhart that the time has come for him to show off, because Lockhart said that he knows the way to the Chamber of Secrets. There Lockhart tells that he knows the spell to erase memory, with the help of which he has stolen the credit of the rest of the wizards. He's about to do the same to Ron and Harry, but they both prepare their wands in front of him. After this they take Lockhart to the washroom. In the washroom, Harry asks the Moaning Myrtle about her death. Then Moaning Myrtle tells that she came to the washroom crying and saw two big eyes in the sink and died. Harry then sees a snake mark on the tap. He speaks something in a parcel tongue, which opens the way to the Chamber of Secrets. Then all three of them jump inside it. There they see the slough of a big snake lying there. Lockhart acts unconscious, and snatches Ron's wand. After that he uses the spell to erase the memory. Ron's wand was broken, due to which the spell gets reversed and Lockhart gets it. Lockhart bumps into the wall, causing Harry and Ron to part ways. Harry then tells Ron to clear the way, and proceeds alone. Next he gets another gate on which Snake is also made. Harry again says something in his parcel tongue and the door opens. On going inside he finds Ginny in front who is unconscious. Harry tries to wake her up, and at the same time there comes Tom Riddle. Harry asks him for help, but he tells Harry that Ginny is about to die. As Ginny dies, he will become stronger. He tells Harry that Ginny was under his control and that Ginny had opened the Chamber of Secrets and left the basilisk behind the Muggleborn children. It was the Ginny who wrote the messages on the walls. Then she was frightened by the diary's powers and threw the diary in the girls' washroom from where Harry got that diary. He tells Harry that he instigated Harry against Hagrid through diary. Harry understands everything. Tom tells him that he is Voldemort and Slytherin's heir. He says that he is the greatest sorcerer. At this Harry says that Dumbledore is the greatest sorcerer. After this Phoenix comes there and gives Harry the sorting hat. Tom activates the statue of Slytherin, from which the basilisk comes out. Harry runs from there but falls, then the Phoenix comes and breaks the basilisk's eyes. Now Harry was no longer threatened by the basilisk's eyes, but the basilisk could still hear. The basilisk follows Harry. Harry escapes and comes to Ginny, whose body is now cold and she is about to die. At the same time the basilisk reappears and Harry receives a sword in a sorting hat. Harry takes the sword and climbs onto the statue of Slytherin and attacks the basilisk. Harry inserts the sword into the basilisk's mouth, killing the basilisk. Nearby, the basilisk tooth goes into Harry's hand. Harry comes downstairs to Ginny and now Harry also starts to faint. Before fainting, Harry inserts a basilisk tooth into the diary, which destroys Tom Riddle. Ginny wakes up as soon as Tom Riddle is destroyed. Then Phoenix comes to Harry and drops a tear on his wound, which heals the wound and Harry is cured. Then Phoenix blows them all up and brings them out of the chamber. Then Ron and Harry go to the Dumbledore. Dumbledore gives Ron a letter to Azkaban to get rid of Hagrid. Dumbledore then tells Harry that Phoenix was there to show loyalty to him. Harry thinks he is like Tom Riddle, but Dumbledore tells him that when Voldemort gave Harry the scar, he also gave some powers. He tells Harry that a man is judged by his decisions, not his powers, which is why Harry is in Gryffindor. He also explains that this is a Gryffindor's sword that only a true Gryffindor can remove from the sorting hat. After this, Lucius comes there with his house elf Dobby. He asks Dumbledore how he got back. Then Dumbledore explains that after taking Ginny Weasley to the Chamber of Secrets, the governors sent him again. He also states that Voldemort wanted to come again via diary. Dobby then points out to Harry that diary belongs to Lucius. Seeing that Lucius treats Dobby badly, Harry gives that diary to Lucius because Lucius gave it to Ginny in the Diagon Alley. Lucius gives the diary to the Dobby in which Harry has kept his socks. Dobby opens it and finds clothes in it and he is freed from the slavery of Lucius. Seeing this, Lucius is about to cast a spell on Harry, then Dobby comes forward and saves Harry. After this we see that all the petrified people get cured. Hermione arrives and meets Ron and Harry. Dumbledore announces that there will be no yearly exams. Then the gate opens and Hagrid comes, seeing which everyone is very happy. With this the movie ends here. If you like my explanation then please like this video and also subscribe my channel.